Hello, good morning. This is Mama Mochi. Let's talk art. Well, I'm having a better day than yesterday and the days before, and I had not a good night's sleep, and Tiny Tan didn't come in my dreams, but I'm feeling better. And today I just want to talk about art, but my own journey with art. And I want to connect it with BTS, but I'm not sure how. I because this is not rehearsed, so I know the connection, but I don't know how to. Maybe it will come naturally. But let me start talking about myself. Like, look, this is a big book. It says Academy for Visual Art 1997. That's the year I graduated from art school. So, let me show you. Look. Da-da-da-da. Can you see me? This is me. And this is some of my art, and well, the other way. And this one too. And I put that one beside me on the screen. So that is me. This is me wearing like a second skin. So I want to talk about that. So it was 1997 when I graduated art school, and I realized that it was the same year that Jungkook was born, right? And he's 23, so it makes me feel old. But my I did media art, and I graduated with an multimedia installation. So I made everything myself except the skin that I'm wearing, because I'm not that good at sewing, even if I did a little bit of fashion, but it's not really my thing. So another student from the fashion department made the suit for me, and I made videos. I made my own sound. I made my own paintings. I made my own. I called it the good book, like an ancient inscription, like a holy inscription, and my name for my installation was, and still is, Eureka. My inner me, she is the goddess. And why that? Well, I come from a bit of a broken, weird family, and I'm the youngest of 3 children. I have an older brother and an older sister, but we're all connected. Like, I'm from 1973, my sister's from 1972, and my brother is from 1971. So we're really close. That's the only thing that's close. There's nothing there. But I always wanted to have a good relationship with my sister, so I made this like a confession of love for her as my art piece for my graduation. It was also an installation I made. I don't know how you call it when you cut wood with your hands. And I made those, made kind of dolls with big mouths, making sound, calling for her. I made a video piece, and then when I was halfway finished, I invited her. I had a red rose. I invited her to show her what I wanted to do as my final piece, like this confession of love for her. And she took the rose, but she got really mad, and she didn't want me to use her. I only used a small picture of her from when we were children. I painted a painting, And she basically said, you cannot do this. You're not gonna do this. Um, we got in a big argument, and she said she didn't want to accept my love that way. She didn't want it. So it was like February, March, and in June or July, I don't remember, was my graduation. So she left angry, and she's always very dominant and very the boss of me, and very harsh in her words. So when she's like, rah, 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 I feel like this tiny, especially back then. I was like 23, um, so I had nothing. But my graduation was like just 2 months away, 3 months away. So I did not know what to do. So I came home. I sat down in tears and I cried so hard. And I just basically asked for help to the universe. What should I do? What is this? What can I do? I don't have money to do another year, like a fifth year. It was already my fourth year. So then somehow it came to me, like I have had a lot of not self-love, not at all. And I don't feel like, especially back then, that I deserved to be there. So it was like, you know what? I'm not supposed to be happy and have good things. I'm not supposed to be a god or something, just human. But you know what? My inner me, she is the goddess. She is the one. So that started this journey to making my installation. And after my graduation, I kind of was glad that my sister rejected my first piece, because this became, for me, a very spiritual journey into myself, into who I am and what I like and don't like. But it also was like my, like, I don't know how you call it. It was so hard to make in these few months, to just a few weeks I had. So it was very, I worked my butt off from the early morning to the deepest night, and sat on the floor and cracked my body. I did stuff and editing, and back then there was no computer editing. It was still analog, so I had to do everything yourself. Big cameras, go on and shoot things, and did a lot of things. And finally the day was there that I could make my installation, and I built a temple for my goddess. And I like to read something I wrote back then. My inner me, she is the goddess. This is the installation I made for my finals at the art school, the Aki. It is a video installation with sound, computer art, paintings and performance captured on video. This is my temple. And at every temple there is an entrance. Mine says welcome. Before you enter, you have to take a copy of the good book with you inside, so you can read the writings on the stairs. When you are inside, imagine there's a soft sound, like a whisper, that there's an echo of the gods that lived there before. It goes like, goddesses, 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 in various heights and lows. On your right hand, you can see the goddess performing a tale in which you can find the story she's trying to tell her believers. Yours will be different than mine. On your left hand, you can see the altar before the stairs. When you are kneeling in front of the altar, you can read what has been written on the stairs. On the wall in front of you are the spiritual windows. When you seek guidance and you pray into one of the windows, the window will open and you will go on your spiritual quest. The temple is open night and day, and you can stay as long as you want or maybe need to. When I need a model for my performances, I usually use myself. This is because I ask too much of my body. I feel I cannot ask that of somebody else. And I know how far I can go with my own body, and I like to push my boundaries. So I am the goddess of my temple. For me, it has a spiritual meaning that I'm underneath the skin of the goddess. The same material of the altar is beamed on the body of the goddess. This is a video of computer video artwork I made with my own face and tile paintings. Everything in this installation is designed by myself. From the tiles designed to the icons, from the entrance to the inside of the temple, everything. So, and I made a good book. And this is the front of my good book. I designed my own language. And of course, I made the lyrics of the good book. It's a big poem. And of course, we need symbols also. So I made these symbols. And you all need this to understand what's happening inside of the temple. So I have some pictures of my entrance of the temple. A little bit more like that. Can you see it? So I made that. This building, we were the last one who could do our graduation in this building, because afterwards it got torn down and it was an old building, like in the Second World War the Germans used it, and it was a spooky building. So but because we were the last one, we could do what we wanted. So, and there's just one room in the whole building that has stairs, and I really loved that. Everybody hated that room. Nobody wanted to do their finals in there, but I loved that because for my temple it was perfect because I could use the stairs. So here's another picture of the entrance. These are the icons I made, and the little tiles. I painted all by hand day and night for 2 weeks. It was like no, it was too hard. Oh, it was really hard. And this is my temple, but then on when with the lights down, when it's working, right? You can see this. So that's me. It's the installation. That's the altar, and these the stairs with the spiritual windows and the altar. And got another one. It's a bit close up. It's me too. And the spiritual windows, maybe just a little bit backward. And it was all yellow. Like my butter dress today. I thought, let's butter up today. So, and this is when it's nothing. No lights, when it was just first when you come in early in the morning. It's like a whole week your finals, and you come in like really early in the morning, and it's open from like 8 o'clock in the morning, for everybody, for who wants to come. So till 10 at night. So you're there the whole day. And this is, you can see that on the stairs. Can you see that what I make on the stairs? On the stairs I painted my own language and symbols, so you could use the good book to understand. And I had in all the vases, can you see it over there? I have flowers. So after a week it was like if you were in a cave. It felt moist, and the smell was nice. It was really, yeah, it was something. So, but after I graduated with this piece, I broke. I physically broke, um, and mentally too, because it was too much to do in just a few weeks, and I really pushed my boundaries and went over them and through them, and I broke. My body broke, and from that moment on, I have been living with pain, and they say I'm living with chronic pain. Chronic pain syndrome, yeah, that's what it's called in the Netherlands, and it has to do from trauma. You can only get this from trauma, and I did not want to become an artist. I did not want to go to art school, but I am not that good at learning in normal schools. um, I think I am dyslexic. I have not tested, but I think I am, and I'm a image thinker, not a word thinker. So when I speak, I see images in my head, and the way I learn is so different than other people. Um, so at school was not my thing. But when I was young, I really wanted to be a dancer and performer like Michael Jackson. I really am a Michael Jackson fan. Let me see if I can show you. Can you see? Look. That's my favorite Michael Jackson shirt. And I'm also a Björk fan. That's my favorite shirt too. Both I wore. Björk I got in 2001. She did in London, the Royal Opera House. She did a concert, and I was there, and it was my birthday, so it was really cool. So I got that shirt there, and I wore it. And after Michael Jackson passed away, I got this shirt, and I kind of like pink, so that's why I got it in pink. So of course I had to put both of them in our little Walian. We call our studio, our lab, the Walian. So of course I had to put them up there because they belong with me. Especially Michael Jackson. I grew up with Michael Jackson, and I can remember that I only danced to Michael Jackson music. I don't know how old I was, but Thriller came out, and I always was listening to soul music like Etta James, Aretha Franklin, Otis Redding, and you name it. My father was a music lover, so he had a lot of albums, and I loved music, and Michael Jackson was my thing. I shared my bedroom with my sister, and she was the one who was, you say that, in charge of our room, because, like I said, she was very dominant. So I always went to my parents' room. They had a big mirror, and I danced my heart out. I really wanted to do dance and performance. And at that time in the 80s, I think, there was the TV show Fame. I wanna live forever, I wanna learn how to fly high. You know that one? And I loved it. And I said always, I want to go to the Fame school. I want to go to the Fame school because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to perform. But like I said, I come from a weird family, and my father said that doesn't exist. Fame school, it doesn't exist. and I was not good at learning. I was not good at learning at all. And so he said, because you're not that smart, just go do art. You can draw some, so go to art school. And I really did not have any really strength in me or personality or something. And they have always kept me very small and very not into the world. Um, my sister was dominant, but my father is really dominant. So I just went. There was, what else could I do? I was not smart enough, and they had said to me so many times, "You're not smart enough." So when you hear that as a child, you believe that as a child, and even when you grow up, you think you're not smart enough. But now I know my brain is just wired differently. I'm smart, but not. Um, I'm creative smart. My smartness comes from my feelings, from my heart and my soul, and not just from my brain. But I had to learn that the hard way. Um, so I've been hating no, hating is not the right word. I hate is too strong, is too heavy. But I've been not been in, how you say that? I don't see myself as an artist. I don't feel I am an artist. I don't want to be an artist. I do make stuff, of course I do. I paint, I write, I make my own spoken words CD because I love spoken words. I've been a singer in a band. Even with this finals for the art school, um, I did dancing in there. I did everything I wanted, like photography, filming, music, everything, because that's what I want. I want to perform. I've been on stage. I love being on stage. I did theater. I did everything. But I still don't feel like an artist. I still don't feel like I have something really important to say, or I don't know. It's just like a heartburn, You, as a young child, I wanted to be a performer, and by every time hearing it doesn't exist, that doesn't exist, you cannot do that, it doesn't exist, being that, and being stupid as a child, believing what your parents say. So it doesn't exist, and there was no internet back then, so I could not Google it. We only went to the library, that's the only thing, and I could not find it at the library. And what my father said you had to do, otherwise um, you got, you know. So then it's I got married, I got 2 children, and I did some stuff, of course, because as a creator you need to express yourself, otherwise you die inside. So I tried, but my second child, from 3 weeks in, she was born early, 3 weeks, like 3-4 weeks early. And after 3 weeks, she started to cry, and she almost cried like 3 years non-stop. And so I stopped doing what I wanted to do. I was writing a column in a magazine. I was doing stuff that I needed to do, but I had to stop and focus on my child because she needed me. And she's such a beautiful soul. So I stopped that and just became a mom and learning to speak her language and being creative with her, because she's very artistic, and so together we do a lot of stuff, drawings, paintings, baking, cooking, one and a half year ago, she told me she's a boy, so now she's a he, and hey, I rock with you. If you are a he, you are a he. So we do that, and loving this child. This child brings another vision on life, another look on art, because it's so pure. Um, um, this child has the label autism, Asperger syndrome. It's such a wise child, such a light being, such a it's he will be almost 14 in June, but it's like talking to a very wise human being, and we have so much fun. And he's the one who introduced me to BTS, and we've been more than a year trying to move from another town to this town, because he was at home for 4 years. He was 9 when he got a burnout from school, and he was at home almost 4 years. So like 24 hours a day he was with me. And but he always said, I want to go to school, I want to go to school. And not that he needed to go to school, because learning, you don't need to go to school for learning. You can just learn from everything. And he's very wise and very smart, and talks English all the time, writes English, and he plays the piano, the guitar. He's like amazing. And but he really wanted to go to school, and he's lonely because he only has me and his big brother. So we made the move for him and for big brother, because his friends is near this town we live. His school is near here, his girlfriend is near here, his internship is near here, so everybody's happy. And for me, you know what, I can be me everywhere, so it's okay for me. So been doing that a long time with we have a lot of health people, I don't know how you call it, to help when your child is not going to school. You have a lot of people, who help, and they all went on helping us move to this town. But it was, and COVID came, so everything went slow and very slow. And then in October, my child comes with this song. He said, you have to listen to this because it will make you happy. And it was dynamite. And yes, it made me happy. It was so fun, and it really made me think of Michael Jackson, the Jacksons, of The Wall and Victory and stuff. And finding out that Taeyong is singing Off the Wall was like, wah, and doing the Michael Jackson move. It was for me like, yay. And it was such a happy song. It was really what I needed. And I saw all those beautiful men, beautiful faces, but I did not know who they are and their names. And so I said, because my son was listening a lot of BTS, I said, you know what? You know them all. I want to know them all. So let me dive into this. And my second video I watched was Black Swan. And that one hit me. Not the lyrics, because I did not watch the lyrics. I just wanted, because it's in Korean. I don't speak Korean, but you can feel what they're saying. And just the visuals of Black Swan, the dancing of Jimin in Black Swan. I was mesmerized. I was like, I don't know what I don't want to know what they're saying. I just want to feel it. Just give it to me, just pour me into your world with your beautiful voices and your amazing dancing, and I just was hooked and needed more. Like, I needed my fix. So I dove so deep into BTS, and by doing that, I started accepting my path that I went on, accepting that I'm an artist, accepting that I'm me. You know, when they're at the UN and Namjoon says, "Speak yourself." Man, that made me cry. Like, it still does. That's the first time that anybody said, "Speak yourself." Not just love yourself, but speak yourself. To me, it was like, wow, speak myself. Oh, what is that? How can I do that? What is my voice? What is my what? Speak myself. Oh man, that made me so. It still does. So that just one phrase, "speak yourself," made me even fall in love more with Namjoon and his lyrics. I did a lot of BTS songs just by not knowing what they're saying. Just want to feel them, like First Love from Yoongi, or The Last from Yoongi. I did not know what they were about, only knew what it felt to me. And you can feel the pain in Yoongi, and that's my heart pain also. But then I started to watch J-Hope more, because I love his spirit, his brightness, and I kind of recognize myself in him, because that's the true me, but it never came out because everything happened. So, but then I see J-Hope dancing, and it really the first few weeks it was painful to watch him dance, because I cannot dance anymore. Like I said in my last video, I got rheumatism. I don't know if I say it right. I'm very stiff, and my joints slowly are growing together, so that's why I cannot move my head anymore. So, but seeing him dance made me remind me of Michael Jackson, my first love in moving and dancing and singing. And I saw it was, first it hurt, but then it became like melancholy, and then it became my joy, just like living through J-Hope, his dancing. That man is one with his body. That man is movement, is dancing. That man is one. And I admire that. I'm not jealous, no, but admiration. Like, wow, I wish I had that connection with my own body. My connection with my body is broken ever since childhood, and I don't think we're slowly getting to know each other and to know to what to do. And like, I think somewhere in November or December 2020, I started to, every morning I wake up, I make my water, lemon, ginger, honey mixture that I drink on my empty stomach, and then I put my headphones on, and while I'm drinking that in sips, I put on BTS and I just move. I cannot tell it's dancing. I move to make my body try to make my body flexible. It cannot be flexible anymore, but I know if I keep my body moving, it will take more time, or maybe it will stop growing the joints together. So I started to dance, and there are days I can only move just a little bit, and there are days I can move my legs and do in, like Beb say, the legs like I like that. But there are days I just sway because yeah, I have good days and I have bad days. But I've now I started um, two projects. One project is almost finished, and the other project is half finished. And during the second project, I did it with the music from BTS because there was a lot of trauma involved, and then there was a lot of sadness and pain and hurt involved, and then the light came, and then the healing came, and I needed to go into every segment. So first the trauma, the the aggression, the pain, the not understanding why, the rah, and I could use Jungi for that. Jungi is in my heart. Jungi and I, we got some in our life, so I used Jungi a lot, and then the sadness, the tears came, and there are a lot of songs from BTS you can use for that to get in that emotional state, and then there's the healing. Like it starts loving. It starts with loving yourself, like epiphany, and even bulletproof eternal is one of healing. Um, it's the journey from pain and hardships to the sadness that you went through that, and then the healing. Wow. And by now listening and reading the lyrics and really understanding the lyrics, I kind of am starting to be proud that I'm an artist, because BTS are artists. They're not just singers and dancers and lyric writers or producers. They are artists in the true form, in everything. When you watch their videos, uh, yeah, in everything, and you can see the proudness of their journey. You can see how proud they are, and by starting off not liking the name Bulletproof Boy Scouts, Bantan Soyendan, um, and then gradually being proud of that, the journey, it's okay in a different level, but it's my journey. It's a journey from a lot of people all over the world, and I wish when growing up there was a BTS in my life. I could have used it. There were many times I wanted to just step out of life, just quit it. Like in the last, the psychiatrist asked Jungi a question. You could have asked me that question. I would have said, I have tried that. So, and now I'm 47, and it's amazed me that these 7 men behind me, and then their story, their lyrics, they understand, and they understand hardship, but they still are so pure. I'm amazed, and that's I wish I could thank them. I've been on Weavers and just wrote my heart there and say thank you for letting me speak myself. Thank you that you are learning how to love myself, because I have not learned that, and I'm still very in the early stages of that, and I can use my art, I can use BTS to understand myself more and love myself more. But it's hard when your body is not aligned with your soul, but maybe one day I'll get there. And that's why I started this channel. I just really want to talk art and BTS, but it's sometimes hard because I really know what I want to say, but English is not my first language, and I try to do my best, but still, I wish I could thank them in person. They're such a great human beings, and that they can teach an old lady like me to understand herself even more, and understand why I am an artist now, and what I can do with it. I miss the old logo of intro from the music videos. It says Big Hit Entertainment, music and artist for healing. I miss that sentence, music and artist for healing, because that's what BTS is. They are the mirror, right? They show you, they show you the way, but they let you take the steps. They're not telling you you have to do that, but they show you the way, and handing their hands out from, come on, take my hand, let's walk this path together. And I'm kind of sad that I only learned about them in 2020, but at the other hand, I understand, because I was just taking care of my child who was struggling with life, with his autism. So there was no music, hardly any music in our house, because it's so sensitive for sound and music, and especially at that time when you have a burnout, everything it comes in way too hard. So there was silence in our house most of the times. It was so silent, so quiet. But when he gradually came out of it, because it took him like so many years to build up this, it takes as many as years to come out of it. And now we are 4 years, and he's coming out of it. And like I said, he plays the piano, plays the guitar, and we even blast music over the speakers in our house. So that's a huge difference. So now music can come in. So we have a blast with BTS, but also with other artists. He loves Shiny. We this week we found out about SB19. We were like, whoa, that's amazing. But still, for me, BTS is something else, something special, something unicorn, something special, something magical. And even though all those artists we find out, they're pretty amazing, they're good, but when I listen to their music, it doesn't hit me the way BTS hits me. So I think their frequency is more my frequency. um, it's, I think that it doesn't mean something is bad or not, or good or not. It has to do with frequency, and I'm tuned in to BTS right now. So yes, I wanted to say this. I wanted to thank BTS for helping me become me and living my life more joyfully, more happiness, because they say I look more happy and feel more happy ever since I'm starting listening to BTS, and that's the truth. I feel much more happier. Weird, right? Magical beings they are. So I know it's a long a long video, but I'm not gonna post anything this weekend. I'm just gonna enjoy this weekend, enjoy my life. Just want to be just 2 days. These are once in 2 weeks my children go to their real father. We're divorced. I'm being with the kids, like we got separated in 2010, so I've been living with the kids all by myself, and I enjoy that so much. So they go to their father this weekend, so it's me, and I have a beautiful man in my life for 7 years now, but we don't live together, but we are together. I don't know how to say that. But yeah, so I'm gonna go and have a good weekend with him, just being me. Not Mama Mochi, not a mother, and not the artist, but me, Audrey. That's my name. Being a woman, that's why I have this beautiful butter dress on, and just want to be happy and laugh. He's such a funny guy. We laugh so much. It's so funny. So I need laughing in my life, and BTS gives a lot of laughs. Because we all love Run BTS, right? And now we have to wait to June 15 or something before Run BTS come back. But we have the Lotto duty free concert this weekend, and then Butter is coming. Can't wait for Butter. I'm so curious. See, my butter dress, yay! So a lot of good things, and then the BMAs, how you say that? Billboard Music Awards are coming, and they will be performing Butter live for the first time. So they keep us busy. Yeah, I'm a true fan. If I don't have to be all mama, if I have some time for myself, I'm gonna be back on this channel and do some reactions. But for now, I did this very long video about myself, about art, and what BTS means to me in my art and in myself. So leave a comment. I don't want to say come and join me, click on notifications, and how you say all that stuff, subscribe and stuff. Hey, if you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. You're welcome. I would love if you come. I only have one subscriber, and that's my son. I'm proud of that one. Hey, but I would love if you could come and let's talk art. I would love to really by seeing each other have a conversation on YouTube about art in BTS, how they are connected, But hey, you have to start somewhere, and having your son follow you is a privilege, right? It's an honor. You have to start somewhere. So, okay, I hope you like this. Please leave a comment, and I wish you a good weekend. Be happy, enjoy yourself, love life, and okay, I say goodbye. See you next week. Goodbye.